wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way. And I'll keep waiting until we find that day. Yeah, I bet I'll keep saying, I'll keep playing. Oh, until you meet us one day. Hey. Time to stop the hate. Stop the hate. Let's stop the hate. Hey, yeah. It might be late, but let's stop the hate.
What is going on, friends and fam? We're here Friday night, day 921 in a row. And yes, we're going to get into it, so make sure you subscribe and ding the bell. I'll see you in a minute. It's Renaissance Man.
Some night when the wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way. And I'll keep waiting until we find that day. Yeah, I bet I'll keep saying, I'll keep playing. Oh, until you meet us one day. Hey. Time to stop the hate. Stop the hate. Let's stop the hate. Hey, yeah. It might be late.
hate, let's stop the hate. It's Friday. It's Mark Pyers. And it's Renaissance Man. Looking for another way to ease my mind and help my living. It's a Renaissance Man. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pyers, Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on day 921 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show. And we're going to get into it just like we do every day, so make sure you subscribe, you ding the bell, and get ready for some sort of craziness, because I don't know what the heck we're going to do. Every day we do something, and it brings us somewhere. Modoc, how are you, my friend? Red, how are you? Good to see you. Anybody else that's out there, happy Friday. I'm going to start us off on something really cool tonight. So, as I told you, every time I'm about to premiere a new piece of content, we're going to watch it here during the live show. I tried to get this together before the show, and I could have probably dropped it out and then we go live, but this is the new concept. We're going to watch this right now, and tomorrow it debuts at 12 o'clock, I believe. So let me check and see what time it is. Tomorrow at... Come on, can you tell me what time it's at? Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, okay? Tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard, we are watching Back to the FutureMark. It's an episode you're about to watch. And bottom line is it's called That Time I Painted the Sistine Chapel. That's right. So we're going to get into it right now. This is a premiere episode, premiere. Nobody gets to see this but you, because you're here right now. Tomorrow, the world gets it at 1 p.m. So please join me for that. I'm actually going to give you the link right here so you guys can go and hit the notification bell. When you do that, it will hit you a note about half hour before it goes live. So you can join me in the chat tomorrow. That's the link. And I can't play it now. It's not going to work. So what we're going to do is actually play it on screen. So, without further ado, this is called That Time I Painted the Sistine Chapel. And look, you have to understand, it happened. You got to deal with it. Hold on, I got to shut this off here. Nope. Okay, good. Okay, good. So, here is the deal. This is called That Time I Painted the Sistine Chapel. You guys ready for it? Let me just go and open up the window real quick. And then after this is over, we're going to probably play some... Not probably, we're going to play some music, so... deal with it. Okay, how dare you. Hold on a minute. Maybe if I go like this. I'm going to go that. In case you don't... Nope, don't give it away yet, FutureMark. You're going to go and FutureMark it? Sometimes I wonder. I'm like, what is he thinking? You know? Anyway. Okay, look, we found it. We found the screen. It's proper now. So I got a weird, funny hair-looking thing going on over there. I fixed it. Anyway, guys, it's FutureMark. We're here. Gonna get into it right now. Who wants to see the episode? This is a special episode number 2, okay? We call it the historical events episode. And this is what we got. I hope you enjoy it. Look at that craziness. That time I painted the Sistine Chapel. All right, here we go. Have a history book. Hold on a minute. In case you don't have a history book, encyclopedia, or Google. Like you may be like that guy who's like, I'm not buying a cell phone. Like, I know a few of you. You're just like, I'm gonna buck the system. Okay, but what happens? You're out there, ran out of gas. How'd you do without that cell phone? What'd you do? Jump on the hood of your car and yell? That was the old way. You're going old way. All right, look, that's you. Okay, but most people get a cell phone, doing a little Google. FutureMarked. Anyway, just wanted to tell you a couple things. Yesterday we explored something, and you needed to kind of get a little bit more of a global scope on what happened. When I say global, it's a pun. You see, back in the day, I was Markgellan. They changed my name. You know, somebody there hearing, like they're there taking down history, right? There's a guy who's like, okay, tell me what happened. Who was the one who traveled around the world? They're like, oh, Markgellan. They go, oh, Magellan. They wrote down Magellan. The guy said Markgellan. He just had a little bit of an accent. And they misheard him. History. For history, I've been known as Magellan. I can't stand that because I was really good at Markgellan. I did some great things. Travel the globe. I was doing a world tour. Way before LL Cool J. All right? And you changed my name to Magellan? I mean, how dare you do that? The other one that really bothered me, how could you call me Marco Polo? Oh, what are we doing? That wasn't it at all. I was Mark O'Polo. I was from Ireland. I was an Irish guy, came by pretending I was from Ireland. Mark O'Polo. And they're like, they Marco? No, I wasn't Marco. Mark O'Polo. History changed forever. Oh yeah, Marco Polo did this. No, I did it. FutureMark. FutureMark O'Polo. And then also, again, just so you know, future Markgellan. I went back. They're like, somebody's got to go over this. You fall off the edge when you go over there. It's a flat Earth. When you go over there to the edge, you fall over the edge. I showed up. I'm like, I got this, Queen Elizabeth. Give me the friggin' boat. I went on there, rocket boosters underneath. Shoo. I went right to the edge. They're like, oh my goodness, Markgellan. They called me Markgellan then. All of a sudden, time for history. Let me write down what's going on. Oh, so who was that guy who went around the globe? Markgellan. Oh, Magellan? Markgellan. That's a mistake that will never be rectified until 2214. In 2214, the truth comes out. Markgellan, because time travel becomes like the main mode of transportation for, people that are able to do it, that learn. There's a way. It's a method. Your mind has to be strong enough as well. But look, that's also there's a chosen group of people that are time travelers. And those people start to uncover the truth. They all go back as well. You'd be like, oh, really? Hold on, Genghis Khan? That was Gary. You don't know Gary? Gary, this guy, he's a terrible guy. This guy, Gary, played Genghis Khan. He went back in time. He's like, I'm young. They're like, oh, Genghis? He said Gary. I just can't figure it out, though. Like, I'm here, 2769, come back. I'm now here in the middle of the wilderness. This is the year 2517. And in this timeline, what's interesting about this timeline, first of all, hold on, yeah. What's interesting about this timeline is we have snow all the time. Yeah. This is nuclear winter. So basically what happened is there was a nuclear war in 2517, and they had all this crazy. I'm safe though. You guys don't realize it. Right now, I'm sitting in front of a huge window. I'm in my apartment. I get an apartment here in 2570. And when I come back here, sometimes I sit here and I look at the death behind me. It's a sad day here, 2570. Because they did this, like, nuclear winter. Like, oh, that's snow. No, that's ash. That's, radioactive ash that's falling down to the earth. Yeah. But I'm safe. I'm inside my enclosed space, my pod. I'm in a pod, really. But it's all glass on the back end. Like, I got neighbors on both sides. I don't want them looking into my pod. So I ordered the 180-degree panoramic pod, the one where you still have privacy on the periphery. But when you're dealing with the back, I got a full view. Like, even when I look up, I can see right up to the sky when there was a sky. Now it's just black darkness because of the nuclear winter thing. But look, that's what's going on here. That's why I come back here to remind you guys in 25 seconds that you're going to have an issue. You better get it together. I know, you're going to really fall asleep tonight and you're going to be freaked out, right? I don't know what to do. How am I going to handle that in 25 seconds? I know. Look, I talked to you about future events. Things that will immediately affect your 19th, offspring. Oh, what about my kids? You're good. I'm not getting into the next 2 years. I refuse to get into the next 2 years. It's not, interesting. Nobody cares to hear about the next 2 years. Oh, can you tell us about what's going to happen tomorrow? That's not interesting. I know you guys want to hear what happens in the year 2517. Oh, look, nuclear winter. So, look, I just want to say before we call it a day, Markgellan, Mark Apollo, also Marcus Aurelius, that was me too. People are like, Marcus Aurelius, he was the greatest. Excuse me, my name was Mark is real time traveler, and they changed it to Marcus Aurelius. Instead of Mark is a real time traveler, they got rid of the time traveler thing and put Aurelius. I don't even know what they did that for. Marcus Aurelius, Mark is a real time traveler. So I was Marcus Aurelius as well. You guys, you have to understand, I fixed a lot of things in your timeline in the past. Save the day. Yeah. The biggest one, though, I'd have to say I'm pretty proud of is the time that I was Markgellan and I just took over and did a world tour. LL Cool J style. Look, you don't want to get LL Cool J style? I said, we're going back to Cali. Oh, this is Cali, by the way. Yeah, this is Nuclear Winter, Cali. Going back to Nuclear Winter, Cali. So you know the Nuclear Winter, Cali. Cali, that's the song in 2517. It's number 1 on the charts right now. I'm going back to Nuclear Winter, Cali. I said, I'm going back to Nuclear Winter, Cali. Heels were tall, bikini was small because of the radioactivity. She said she liked the ocean. We went to the beach and saw fish dead all over the place. She gave me a peach and broke out the suntan lotion, to which point we laughed because there's no sun anymore. Nuclear winter. So you could be there and do whatever. What is going on over there? At the end of it, you have to understand. FutureMark. You got FutureMarked just now. Look, I'm going to just share one thing, maybe two, and then we're getting the hell out of here. So if you have any questions, did anybody know what's going on? Did you guys see the previews for that movie, Future War? Done. I actually they consulted me. They consulted me on the film. They're like, can you tell us exactly what happens? I said, yeah, this, that, and another thing. And all of a sudden, I'm consulting. I got a consultancy fee. FutureMark. Even in the past, I find a way to just kind of do something pretty crazy and cool. The other one, I don't know if you realize, this is one that most people would be like, oh, really? Nobody understands this one. This one I'm really upset about. I was in Italy, okay? And these people continue to mess with my name. They're hired. They're like, can you go up and paint it? Paint the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. I'm like, look, I'm working on this sculpture right now. Give me a few minutes. Couple days later, I get up there, build a couple scaffolds. I'm up there. I paint the Sistine Chapel. They're like, oh, this is the most beautiful ever. Oh, Markaelangelo, you're amazing. They changed the freaking thing to Michaelangelo. I was Markaelangelo. Future Markaelangelo. I went back there, painted Sistine Chapel. I'm in there doing enough. I went and made the David. I made the David. Markaelangelo. And they're like, no, it's Michaelangelo. I can't believe they stole that one from me too. Again, these Italians, are so, who was the one to do the Sistine Chapel? Oh, the Michaelangelo. Oh, Michaelangelo? She said Markaelangelo. You didn't hear him? This language barrier thing. You're writing down history, right? You're going to share history. This guy's going to write it down, and you can't speak a little clearer? He's like, oh, who is it to do this, the beautiful artwork? Oh, the Michaelangelo. Michaelangelo? I've had it up to here. had it up to here. You're going to continue to take away all the feats, all my accomplishments. Mark is a real time traveler. Mark is Aurelius. Mark Apollo. Hey, oi, hi guys, look, I'm here. I'm going, good evening. I had a better Irish accent back then. Here down in the right, whatever it was good at the time. I'm talking about thousands of years ago. You can't give me a hard time. It's been a while. Like, I skipped through time and this, I was living around. And actually, I mean, realistically, I guess if you think about it, when I was Marco Polo, like, I guess 3 years ago. Yeah, I mean, because I'm all over the place. You're like, oh, that was 3,000. No, dude, I went back there 3 years ago, and I was Marco Polo back then. But people called me, again, Marco. No, I wasn't Marco. They were calling me Mark. And they asked me how about my family crest always. Oh, did you have, like, was it a Gaelic crest? Like, what was, and then now you call me Marco Polo? No. That I just can't figure out, you know? And then, of course, they're going to hit me in the gut and take it all away 2 times. Markaelangelo and Markgellan. I was there both times. Look, FutureMark, need you to go back, do the world tour. It's Markgellan. Don't forget though, we need you to paint that Sistine Chapel. No one else is gonna get it done. What do you expect? You're the only Markaelangelo. There is no other Markaelangelo. They're gonna go and create someone named Michaelangelo, but it's you. You gotta go back there. I was Markaelangelo 6 years ago. So I mean, like, that wasn't that long ago either. You know, God, where is my brush? Oh, they show me in the chapel. I went in the chapel, I paint the freaking Sistine Chapel. I was killing it. And then they take away my name, take away my title, take away my accomplishments, and give it to a guy named Michaelangelo? I don't understand this. My biggest one that I'm probably pissed off about above that one, though, is when I mean, seriously, you hear what we're writing. You hear what we're writing, right? And they come and take away some of my favorite pieces of all time. Mark's art? Yeah, I was Mark's art. They come and call me, what? Mozart? No. Hello, I was Mark's art. Yeah, I'm there. I'm I was Mark's art. And they are just like, we're going to change it to Amadeus Mozart. No, I was Amadeus Mozart. And they're going to come over and take it away from me. FutureMark's art. And then they just come back and they're like, you know what? Let's just go with Mozart. I mean, I gotta admit, it sounds good, but you can't take away Mark's art. You can't say, you know what? We're gonna steal all of your work, Mark's art. We're giving it to Mozart. Hold on a minute. I did it. Number 5, minstrel on the. That was all me. You're gonna give it over to Mozart? We took it away from Mark's art, gave it to Mozart. I don't understand this anymore. What is going on here? Every time I do something, and it's just like, really, for the history books, let's change the name. I think it's because of the FutureMark thing. Like, you can't tie it all in. Like, if you know, imagine if throughout history they're like, it's future Marco Polo, it's future Marcus Aurelius. No, Marcus is a real time traveler. You know, they took off the time traveler and put Aurelius or something, or Auris. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me anymore. Right? I mean, seriously, Markgellan, like, what are we doing here? Mark's art? It's definitely something we have to figure out, you know? Like, why are they doing this to me over and over? Stealing my history. Giving it away, really. They're giving away my history to everybody. Oh, let's give it to Mozart. Let's give it to Michaelangelo. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Holy freaking cow. Mark's art? It's craziest stuff that happens on this show, huh? Mark's art. I thought Markgellan was like awesome. Markaelangelo? That's even better than Mark's art. But now we have to find a Sistine Chapel so I can go in there as Markaelangelo. I bet that the Sistine Chapel is the beautiful work is Michaelangelo. Michaelangelo? No, not Michaelangelo, Markaelangelo. How dare you take away my work? You're going to sign it as Michaelangelo? No. No. Come on. Where's the original before you paint it over and put Michaelangelo? Markaelangelo. It's on all of them. You got to scrape off that first layer because there's a layer on top of my layer. And you will see Markaelangelo on every single painting. Yeah. The sculptures they filled in, and then he scraped in Michaelangelo afterwards. The thieving liar. Yeah. They were like, oh, we got to stick with the story now. They totally stole it from me. And now, yeah, there's no more Markaelangelo. Yeah, there's no more Mark's art. If you go look at the original music, you know, the tablature that I wrote, Amadeus Mark's art. I wrote it. It's all been changed. Last name's been whited out. There's a freaking whiteout. Nobody looks at me like, oh, the whiteout looks suspicious. They use some sort of, you know, 1700s, 1600s. And then they take that whiteout and they take up Mark's art and they write in Mozart. And everybody's fooled by this? What is going on? Are you guys really serious out there? You're fooled by that? Oh, it's Mozart. Look at the paper, okay? 2 different colors. Well, Amadeus looks good. Why is this section over here like a different shade of white? And then all of a sudden you see Mozart over it. Scrape it off. Just grab yourself a little file. You know the file to open up mail? They used to use those before email. When you have mail, you're like, open up there. No. You don't do that anymore, right?
I got it on my skip. Skip.
But that's what happened. Amadeus Mark's art. And they come and steal it and they do a little whiteout on my name. I don't even understand it now. And now I'm sitting here and I have to try to I'm going to court next week. I'm going to the court against the Trademark Commission. I'm going in there against the copyright. This is infringement on my rights as the songwriter. Yeah, ASCAP. They're getting ASCAP'd. I called ASCAP. I'm like, look, this was my song. I wrote it in like hundreds of years ago. Oh, really? What was your name? Amadeus Mark's art. Wait, hold on a minute. You mean Amadeus Mozart? No, they stole it from me and they made it up and gave it to that guy. The guy couldn't even see. He was blind. I wrote it all. Mark's art. And they're just going to pretend now. And don't even get me started about Markaelangelo. Don't give me the Sistine Chapel. I complete it, and then you change the name. Michaelangelo did it. Unbelievable. Markaelangelo. I think my chat stopped working over here. I'm looking out of here, see there. Wolfie, so just so Wolf Light understands, this is not snow, unfortunately. This is the kind of the after effects of the nuclear winter. Yeah, 2517. We're here. Nuclear war. This is modern day California. They didn't listen to me.
Oh, we can do it.
Everybody does it like the same way.
I found out about the future.
What did you do about it?
Nothing. I went and I just continued to do this. I thought I could beat this future.
What, you thought you could change the future? You thought you could do different than what happens in the future by doing something different now? Like you're like,
I'm gonna buck the system again.
You with the bucking the system. No, you did exactly what the future knew you were gonna do. So maybe what you should do is not do what your intuition tells you to do when you find out the future is a certain way, okay? And then maybe you'll change the future. But the future is based on you doing the things you normally do. So I hope that helps you. Anyway, I am going to call this a FutureMark episode. But this is another, like, what are we talking about here, right? I mean, like, seriously, Mark is a real time traveler. Marcus Aurelius. I can't believe all the people I've been in the past and nobody freaking knew about it. You know? Like, that I don't understand. That I can't figure out, but maybe you guys can shed some light on it, like how they would do this to me. Take away all of my accomplishments as a time traveler. I saved the world like many times, you know? And they're just like,
we'll give it to Mozart. We'll give it to Michaelangelo.
It really is kind of messed up, right? I mean, seriously. What are you talking about? my goodness, guys. Any questions that FutureMark can answer for you before he gets going? Oh, Amber, how are you? Oh my goodness. Yeah, the notifications don't ever seem to work. I'm wondering if there is a question here that I can answer. I would say that this was a good just vamp today as FutureMark. And I would tell you one thing specifically. If you are here today, then you've done something right. So don't forget to show up again for the next Back to the Future Mark. I'm going back to 2769 away from this friggin' nuclear winter here. Like, I don't need to go outside of my pod. Like, the bear. You don't even want to see the bear out in California now because that's all that's out there is bear. And they're like spotted. It's weird. Like the hair is coming all off because of the radioactive nuclear winter. But look, I'm just telling you one thing. Don't wake up in 24/17. You're gonna want to sleep through that one, okay? Or give me a ring before. Give me a ring before, and I'll let you stay at the pod. Okay? I got a 180. I got a 180 behind me. I got a 180 degree view, and you can see those bears. They lose their hair. It starts just like alopecia style, coming all over the place. But remember, this is a daily Futurecast. So, don't miss it on FutureMark, also known as Markgellan, Mark's Art, Markaelangelo, Mark Opolo, and Marcus Aurelius, but really, Mark is a real time traveler, is what it was. They just, I don't even know how they got rid of the time traveler. It's weird. That one made no sense whatsoever. Boo! But anyway, I don't even want to tell you about any of the other people I've been in the past because you'll be like, that is too much for me. Your minds will be blown. Marxists? Don't even get me into Marxists. Like, that's the worst. You know, when I parted the sea, no. Marxists? Like, Moses? No. What? You gave it to Moses? We're not going there. No. Part of the Red Sea. 40 years. And then they're like, do you know what it was like going up to the top of Mount Sinai, getting those, dropping them the first time, and getting those again, and being like, look, you guys need to do this. Marxists. And then they're like, we're going to change it to Moses. You gave my 40 years of tribulation, parting the Red Seas, to Moses? It was Marxist. Marcus Aurelius. Mark is a real time traveler. I mean, you guys see what happens, right? Why they keep doing this to me? Like, when you create music, Amadeus Mark's art, ripping it away and giving it to Mozart. Mozart. I can't stand that guy. That guy had no talent. He was there. He couldn't even play chopsticks. He couldn't play chopsticks. Give it to Mozart. It was like a build. They were like, oh, look, he can't see. Or he can't hear.